Um, so I've been asked to ramble over this match a little bit. I did a long kind of replay review analysis of the Kimono Michi, the first to 10 between Daigo and Mena, and I kind of reflected on like old generations of fighting games versus new generations and stylistic changes in the games and stuff like that. And I think what qualifies me to do that is twofold. One, I'm old, and two, I have quite a bit of experience in exactly this matchup. One of my good friends plays Blanca, and I really like the matchup. I play Akuma, and I think I know quite a bit about it. In Brian F's last Trash Talk episode, he had Mena on, and he asked him about the strength of Blanca, and Mena talked a little bit about how Blanca's kind of tricky to play and that he does have weaknesses. He doesn't have a 6-frame normal for punishes, stuff like that. And I totally agree. I think that Blanca is part of the reason that I think this matchup is favorable for Akuma outside of the context of Lightning Beast is that Blanca's normals are really peculiar. He's an odd character. And while they have long range, Blanca himself has trouble kind of navigating different spacings if you adjust them quickly. He's got kind of gaps in his strengths. And that's a well-designed character. A well-designed character is a character that's very strong, but with exploitable gaps. Akuma has very fast move speed. So the way that I like to approach the matchup is by playing footsies with Blanca, avoiding his buttons, whiff punishing him. We have really good normals for competing with his normals. If I was to offer advice to players who were looking to improve at the matchup, I would say that that's what you should focus on. And the things that you should avoid are the things which Blanca is strong at. So what is Blanca strong at? Well, one of the things that Blanca is really strong at is dealing with fireballs because he has slide and he has a pretty fast drive rush out of if he does the perfect parry OS. And the other thing which you should avoid is jumping at Blanca because Blanca has some of the highest return on his anti-airs of any character in the game. He's got really, really strong anti-airs. So don't jump at Blanca and don't throw fireballs. Having said that, let's watch Daigo successfully do both of those things against the best Blanca in the world.
Some stickers and posters that they've got. It's brilliant to have this atmosphere and energy here in the arena, and that is only going to pick up now as these two titans go at it, Jamus.
So one of the things that's I think cool about watching Mena and Daigo play is that they are two like stylistically similar players. That is to say, like if we were to plot them on Laugh's graph of fighting game players, they're both heart players. By which I mean they both kind of get in the other person's head. They try and get a sense of the like you can hear Mena talk about it in that same podcast, the Brian F podcast I was talking about sensing the opponent's fear and like going for the kill or being aggressive versus defensive and usurping the opponent's expectation. Daigo is like famously good at this. He's really hard to read. So I'll try to point out when I think those moments are happening. So Daigo in the Kimono Michi threw a lot of fireballs. And here you'll see him continue that policy, but he also mixes in a bunch of air approaches, which he did a little bit in the Kimono Michi. He did some of the dive kicks and stuff like that. So here's the first successful jump. And what's cool about that, or what's cool about successful jumps, is that it has to do with like getting a sense of the opponent is going to commit to something, right? So I don't know how. My review isn't going to be very helpful here. Basically, the thesis of this video is I don't know how Daigo does it. He's got the sauce. He's got the magic. I don't know how he knows that Mena's going to press here, but he just does. He just feels it, and he goes for it. And it's successful. Pretty optimal combo here. Okay, throw. Again, as I mentioned, throws are scary against Blanca, not just because of the reversal, but because he has up-back ball. It's one of the strongest punishes on throw in the game. Drive rush standing heavy kick like that is ±0. So Daigo doesn't do anything. Mena does a second standing heavy kick. The reason that he does the second standing heavy kick is that standing heavy kick has really like unique, hard to deal with hurt boxes. So he walks back here and he does this button. This button has like 9 active frames. It's hard to whiff punish. It's just weird. It catches Daigo pressing anything basically. But Daigo, even though he's it's even, and he's got faster buttons than Blanca. Remember that Blanca doesn't have a strong 6 frame, does nothing. He just sits there. Walks back and forth, throws a fireball, jumps. Look, nothing. Exact same sequence. Nothing. Daigo does nothing. Nice, good DP. He's not rushed. He's just chilling. Mena's trying to get him to do something, trying to get him to bite, and he won't bite. Caught him low on the last frame there. Lightning Beast, this is what I was talking about. Level 2, very powerful. But Daigo is maybe one of the best in the world at getting out of Lightning Beast situations. He really practiced for that first attempt. And the way he gets out of this one is he just blocks through the whole thing. He's got plenty of drive. Okay, there's a parry. Nice block on the overhead. Look at how much blocking he's doing. Okay, that's what I was talking about just a second ago. That walk back 5 heavy kick. Very common, this delay jab kind of sequence, because everything's minus in this game, and the heavy kick catches it to punish counter. So 1 round apiece, catching him low.
Mixing it up at that range. Daigo he's just basically abandoned the fireball game after that second round, which is sad to see. Let's see more of that.
Nice jab. So notice the tempo shift. Daigo's been holding back. He's been walking backwards. He's been getting clipped low. Now he's moving forwards. Pressing buttons in that same range where he wasn't before. Drive rush. Nice. Okay, why does this work? The short answer is, I don't know. He's playing in such an unorthodox way, I think, and the mix of options that he's represented so far, the air fireball, the fact that he can represent dive kick, Mena is trying to get a feel for the speed at which Daigo is playing. That's what Mena is thinking about. That's what Mena is considering. Is he going to press? Is he not going to press? And so even though Mena is like the best Street Fighter 6 player in the world, his mental stack is consumed by trying to get a read on Daigo, who is, I think, fundamentally unreadable. That's like one of the talents of, all humans have patterns. We're pattern-seeking creatures. It's how we survive and stay alive. But the mark of a seasoned fighting game player is to have those patterns be undetectable, or to be so aware of your own patterns that you can kind of represent patterns that aren't real, fake it, and then jump. So he jumps, and he does quite an early jumping heavy kick. This clips him, counter hit. And you'll see that happen more than once. Jabers calls this the Sima Calamity instead of level 3, because he's a weird robot guy. Look at this. I mean, this is Mena, right? Mena is like famous for knowing what's going to happen. Standing medium punch. Standing medium punch. Standing medium punch. Standing medium punch. I mean, there's huge gaps there. That button is +1. That's a 5-frame gap to press it again because it's a 6-frame startup, if I remember correctly, right? He gets 4 in a row. I mean, one of them is a drive rush, but that still had a gap. So Daigo has shifted from I'm doing nothing to this like really bullying strategy, and then he jumps. And he catches him again. Look at that. I mean, it's unbelievable to me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's incredible. It's an incredible jump.
Because he's looking for the jump back OD ball. Such a great tool for that. You get a fantastic juggle off of that if you catch him in the air.
So Mena's trying to get a sense of these like ridiculous tempo shifts, and that's where Daigo Daigo's goal isn't to tempo shift his way to victory. It's not to catch him with the medium punches so much. It's to represent unfamiliarity to Mena, so that then he can jump on him. Nice. That's just clean matchup knowledge. Really well-spaced heavy punch in this pressure sequence. So he knows that light punch is going to whiff. And so he does this. He's not reacting to the whiff of a light punch. There's no way. Daigo is pressing this button preemptively, knowing that this is a sequence where after back medium kick to light kick, there's not a good button for Mena to press that, because he's minus after the light kick that will beat this. That's that range I was talking about. Blanca has slow buttons. His crouching medium punch, I think it starts in I want to say 8 or 9 frames, it's pretty slow. So there's a space in between, like right where Daigo is, where the lights, which are fast, won't reach him, and the mediums, which are slow, are too slow. And so they're so slow, in fact, that Daigo can press a heavy button and it will beat anything that Mena does. So here he gets the punish counter. Unfortunately, he doesn't confirm that into a drive rush or something, but damn. There's the dive kick. This time, Mena doesn't even try to anti-air. He just goes for the perfect parry. It's a punish.
Nice punish, and he actually gets the full thing with the punish counter plus frames. Takes up with light kick though, no fake pressure from you. Back to the fireballs, more of that.
So we're seeing less fireballs in this set than the first one. There's an air fireball. Air fireball is risky because Blanka can dash forward, he can slide under it and then punish as he's doing now. Also, if he has charge, he can up ball. And you'll see later that air fireball just, it doesn't have a very strong, it has quite a bit of weaknesses in terms of its hurt box. Blocking it out. One of the strengths of Blanka is that back medium kick. He's so plus. And so it's the same sequence here. Nice. He just, see, remember earlier he did like, what, 4 medium punches in a row? This time he's just walking back, doing nothing, doing nothing. And then Mena tries to check his reactions with this drive rush quick jab to try and bait something out, and he just sweeps him. Really clever use later we'll see also of the charge fireball. Just, it's unorthodox timings. Like Daigo's game plan is to be unorthodox in a way that like overwhelms Mena's mental stack. Here comes another air fireball. So like what is Daigo going to do? Now he gets the counter hit far medium punch, and he's ready for it because he's Mena, he's a pro. So well done. There, that's what I was talking about the air fireball. People complain about air fireball. This thing sucks. Look at this. Let's go frame by frame. Oops. We don't need that. Come on. Bam. Yeah.
Wow, that was sick.
Even the commentators are surprised. Nice DPOS.
That's got a ton of active frames, and the fact that caught that so high up.
Yeah.
Here comes some fireballs.
Completely dissipated the fireball as well. So no
Jumping.
meets him in there.
So Mena is now trying air to air as an approach for these jumps.
Damage trade for Mena.
Random slide. Got lucky there. Was just guessing. Guessing fireball, guessing whatever. Got lucky. If Daigo had been holding down back in that frame, would have been a big punish.
Daigo back to the fireballs, dominating now in this mid-range.
Look at this. Blocked. Blocked jump. How does he know? He's throwing fireballs? You know, Mena's fishing with stuff.
Dominating now in this mid-range.
He gets the perfect parry. He does forward medium punch, and he doesn't have time to anti-air.
Get away with those jump-ins. Mena focusing on
I can't express, like, you know, professional players aren't going to miss anti-airs, you know, very often because of mental stack reasons. If they miss an anti-air, it's because they were doing something else and the opponent got a sense that they were going to do something, and so they jumped on them. It's very rare for a professional player not to be ready. And Mena doesn't go for the perfect parry anti-air there either.
fireball game.
Respecting it. He can't let Mena
Nice,
get
good
too
punish.
huge. He's gonna have to spend the level
That's
3.
death.
Maybe not actually.
Oh, never mind. He fucked up.
It's okay.
Got him with the judo.
Guess what? He's going into this round with 3 bars still. Happy accidents.
I don't know how he does it, dude. It's unbelievable to me. You don't want to jump at Blanka. He gets so much damage. The standing heavy kick is active for 9 frames. It's so active. It's one of the best anti-air normals in the game. You know, it's so good that even as an anti-air normal, it crushes a lot of Akuma's options. So I don't know if what's happening is Mena is trying to do a late stand heavy kick to beat the dive kick, and he's getting clipped by these really early buttons from Daigo. Daigo has like, I think it's a mix of Daigo jumping in unpredictable ways and having an immaculate timing on these buttons.
Accidents. A huge jump in. Counter hit. Was that the stand roundhouse?
Jump roundhouse, yeah. The dive kick and all the other things that change his trajectory.
Yeah, it beat stand roundhouse.
He can clean
And he blocks it.
and he has blocked, and he is
Daigo is playing Mena's game against Mena. This is like when Mena crushes people, this is what it looks like. Like he jumps on top of you, and then he just knows when you're going to reversal, and you like can't do anything. You just die. I mean, it's 30 years of fighting game experience.
It's just causing so much trouble here for Mena.
You know, they both know how to play, and Daigo knows how to maneuver the game outside of that comfort. You know what I mean? Like it's like 2 chess grandmasters who know a lot of openings. And so Daigo is choosing an opening which is not sound, but which gets Mena off book. So that he's not in preparation anymore. No whiff punish there. Daigo still, if I was to critique Daigo, and again, I'm, who am I? The biggest thing is that he's missing a lot of opportunities that he gets for himself. That punish counter stand fierce earlier, a whiff punish missed opportunity there. He just doesn't get those. He's winning like almost entirely on reads. Look at this. It doesn't work, but I think it's just a brilliant idea. After the EX, he doesn't back roll here. So Daigo tries to do charged. I think he's going for level 3 there to just get enough plus frames to dash up for a mix-up, and Mena jabs him. But all that kind of stuff, like he ate only a jab here. Even if Mena had drive rushed out of that jab, it's not much damage. So who cares? And it adds to the mental stack. Hey, I might do this crazy shit too. Look, he's going for air-to-airs now, which is so weak compared to Blanca's normal anti-air strategy. Okay, Mena sniffs out the reversal. He's in trouble here. Same thing there. Okay, so this time Mena doesn't press another button. Same sequence. The whiff jab, here comes the fierce. Now, he's minus here because he did the light. Did Jammers just call Blanca-chan the Labubu? He did. What the fuck, Jammers? You know the name of all these moves. This is the one move that everyone knows the name of, Blanca-chan, and you call it the Labubu. Okay. I see you.
Other stuffed animals are available. There's the throw just to close it out.
Nice.
That was a very much of a Blanca round. He was able to just put the stop.
Mena's nervous. It's so rare to see. Catches him with a tight frame trap that time. Mena doesn't want to let him do several medium punches in a row, but this time Daigo doesn't do any micro walking. He just goes straight into another medium punch TC. Catches him. Could have done the light into the heavy there, but good block on the overhead. Here comes Lightning Beast. Nice. Ah, bad tech. Unfortunate. Yeah. He's dead.
That should be the game, actually. Yeah, that should be the game. Do the whole thing.
You know a character's fucked up when they do a full-ass sweep as a frame kill during a combo.
Slowly but surely halves the deficit, but also
It's a very, very fast game, wasn't it, though, Jammers? Daigo didn't get to play at all. He has to take a moment now, I think, to compose himself.
They're both incredible players.
How can he take control?
Another successful jump. Another, that's basically successful. Look at that. Look at all this jumping. It's insane. 4 jumps in a row. Nice block. Perfect parry. I agree with Jammers. More people should be trying to perfect parry there. Perfect parry right back. Nice hop cancel. So rather than do a scaled combo or try and throw him back in the corner, he just side switches with the hop. This is functionally a delay grab. Sniffs out the reversal. Nice mash. Jump. Nice. Good confirm, too. Like, Daigo's preparation for the second set against Mena is jump at Blanca. Like, think about that. What an insane thing.
Even if you're right, it doesn't matter. And the family are here cheering on Mena.
I think he was trying to bait the 5 heavy kick there. I think the goal here with this one, the light demon flip into immediate palm, is to try and get down fast enough with the palm that he can whiff punish the stand heavy kick. Unfortunately, stand heavy kick is one of the most belligerent buttons in the game, and it clips him anyway. Jump, catches him with this button, and is ready. His jump and his post-jump situational awareness are so good. Reversal, here comes the Blanca-chan. Yep, he goes for more jumping. Nice pickup. Jump back. So, like, Mena's had to resort to jumping anti-airs to stop Daigo's jump timings. DP, nice. Goes for a throw this time. We've had several strikes, right, that have frame trapped. This time we go for the throw. Like, what kind of a person has the cojones to test the DI against Mena there? Okay, here's Lightning Beast. This is plus. He's got to hold this. Okay, he decides to burn himself out. I like that choice. Nice. Ah, he might have been able to get stand heavy kick there. I'm not sure. Takes to the air. It's like his choices are really interesting here. So gets to the air, starts charging, expects Mena to go backwards, right? And the charging here is an attempt to catch it. And he almost does, like it trades. Yeah, unfortunately, when you're in level 2 with Blanca, the level 1 is full screen punish. So really good awareness by Mena there.
Squares it up 2-2 in a level 1 all the way from the other side of the screen.
Nice check.
From Daigo, and he's just going straight back into it.
Wish I could check drive rush.
Into the corner.
No DP. Pretty rare. So he had charge there. So no air approach works when Blanca has charge. Up ball will always win. See, look at how he's holding charge now. Didn't have charge, air to air. Ah, I think Daigo has not had any successful reversals. So Mena's been really good about sniffing those out. Nice whiff punish by Mena. I think Daigo meant to do forward medium kick there. Incredible. Really good. Look, more successful jumps. Trying to fish for the 5 heavy kick whiff punish. Might have been punishable there. Nice perfect parry. Another blocked DP. So the big thing that killed Daigo here is these blocked DPs. That's like the main thing that lost him the game. So Mena was able to get a read on the DPs. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. No DP. Look at how he charges here, right? Instead of just doing a regular fireball to make himself safe, Daigo knows that Mena is playing not to win, but to not lose. And so he goes for the greedy. Extra frames, catches him. Nice, well spaced. Okay, so he's minus... he's +1 here, but he's out of range for a light punch. He goes for the light kick, which is a 5-frame button. Mena knows this and challenges with his 4-frame. The 4-frame wouldn't normally reach, although I think maybe Blanca's does. It reaches pretty far, so it trades. Incredible fireball game. He managed to fight. Look at... It's just incredible. I mean, he barely mistimed that there, but he almost brought that all the way back, right? So what happened here? Daigo approached this with a really deep understanding of the flow of the opponent's focus and was able to take advantage of it. Mena recognized that that was happening to him, and so kind of tightened up. Tried to go for less rewarding but more consistent answers. Things like jump, air, things like holding charge a little bit extra, stuff like that. And then, was able to capitalize in the moments that he had with Lightning Beast. On top of that, Mena successfully sniffed out all of Daigo's reversals. And obviously Akuma is, made of paper, made of glass. And so any blocked reversal is basically a lost round. So you have to reversal. You can't not reversal, but that's the game. Sometimes they get blocked, and Mena just, more than someone who was just doing it by luck, had a good sense of when Daigo was going to reversal. He applied pressure when he was right to do so. Daigo represented a lot of blocking early and a lot of reversals late, and Mena was not hoodwinked by Daigo's blocking early. Was not kind of led astray. So great set. I think Mena is probably the best Street Fighter 6 player right now, but I'll be damned if Daigo does not bring really creative, old school mentalities to this game, and it's so cool to see.